Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules on this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's on this channel, another channel, or anywhere. Verifying what you learn should be a rule to life. So getting into the video, this video is going to be about an article that I recently came across, and it's in regards to credit card debt. And people often come by and they ask like, hey, why do you do videos that's based on fear mongering? In response to that, I think people are a little hypocritical, because if you pay attention to the 2024 election season, it's based on fear mongering. And if you're okay with it from that standpoint, why do you have an issue with me informing people about the negative things that's currently going on with credit scores and credit cards over here? I have to get my point across. I have to be honest. I have to let people know what's going on. It's an ugly situation, so I'm not going to sit on this channel and present an ugly situation in a pretty way. I feel like some of you want me to get on here and say, you know, you have credit card debt, but it's going to be okay. They're going to come and they're going to bail you out and they're going to rescue you and everything will be just fine. Well, guess what? You're not going to get that over here, because I don't believe in that. I don't think that's the truth, and I don't think that's reality. I like to relay reality to my subscribers, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. So getting into the video, what I normally do when I read off these news articles, I'll read the article, not necessarily all of the article, but some of the important pieces, and then I'll give my perspective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off majority of this article because it's not a long read. I'm going to give my perspective, and I'm also going to leave the link in the bio so you all can check out the link. But I'm going to continue to present these articles as is, because it's an alarming problem that's going on right now, and people, they don't want to talk about it. They just want me to gloss over it, but I'm not going to do that. If you're looking for someone to gloss over what's currently going on, you're on the wrong channel. Sorry to let you know, but you're on the wrong channel. I'm going to present the news as is, and I'm going to inform my subscribers so they'll know. So getting into the article. The article reads, average consumer now carries $6,329 in credit card debt. People are stretched, experts say. So this article was released on August 8th, 2024, and the article was done by Jessica Dickler. So the key points to this article reads, collectively, Americans owe $1.14 trillion on their credit cards, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York reported Tuesday. The average credit card balance is now $6,329, a new report by TransUnion found. As consumers lean on credit cards, more borrowers are also falling behind on their payments, both reports show. We've been here before. If you're a subscriber on this channel and you've been here for a while, you know I presented videos on credit card debt reaching $1 trillion. That was a couple of months ago. Now we're at $1.14 trillion, so it's going up. And in this video, a little later on in the video, I'm going to present to you a chart to show how much it has gone up, and that's going to reveal a major problem that's on the horizon, and you need to be alarmed. If you're watching this video and you are a credit card holder, you definitely need to be alarmed. But I'm going to get further into the article. It says credit card debt is on the rise. Americans now owe a record $1.14 trillion on their credit cards, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York reported Tuesday. It further reads, the average balance per consumer stands at $6,329, up 4.8% year over year, according to a separate quarterly credit industry insights report from TransUnion. Now, as you can see, credit card balances are up 4.8% year over year. And this has been a trend. This has been going on for a while. I always like to educate my subscribers and inform you all like, hey, you need to pay attention to this. And it's getting to the point where you have to wonder if people truly know how to use credit cards. I can almost guarantee if I was to walk down the street and I would ask the average person that I come across if they know what credit card utilization is and how it works, a good majority of them wouldn't even know. And that's a problem, because if you have a credit card, you need to know what credit card utilization is. You need to know how it affects your FICO score, and you need to know how it could actually land you in debt if you don't get a hold of managing and maintaining your credit card utilization. I have videos on credit card utilization on this channel, by the way. Just go to my homepage, click on either credit card help for beginners or credit score help for beginners, and you'll see a video on the playlist regarding credit card utilization. But that's something that people need to know. Also, this whole big ordeal about carrying over balances. It seems like we have two crowds. We have the anti-credit cards crowd, and then we have the people who have credit cards and say, hey, I carry over balances. I don't care about paying interest. I'm still going to use my credit card, spend and put money on them, and I'll just worry about the balances later, or I'll just file bankruptcy. It seems like we have those two separate crowds. Then in the middle, you have the people who do pay off whatever they spend, and they treat their credit card like a debit card, or either they'll just pay off their statement in full every month whenever they get their statement. But for some reason, we can't get on the same page as Americans, and that's okay. I don't expect us to, but I'm talking to the people who are interested in using credit cards, getting the most out of credit cards, as well as using them in order to help your FICO credit score. I care about FICO credit scores more than I care about rewards. Like, rewards are cool, and I'm pro rewards. I like credit card rewards. However, your FICO credit score, to me, this is my opinion, by the way, but your FICO credit score to me holds more weight because it could open up more doors for you, in my opinion, than the rewards can. So I lean more on the side where I'm worried about FICO credit scores, and I'm trying to do my part in making sure that people are managing their credit cards the correct way so it doesn't impact their FICO credit score in a negative way. And that's why on this channel I make videos about both credit cards and FICO credit scores and try to merge the two together to let people know you can have a credit card as well as have a healthy FICO credit score, whether that's good or excellent. But getting further into the article, as you can see by this chart, so in 2018, you see where credit card debt was. In the first quarter of 2018, it was 820 billion. That's what credit card balances were. Now, if you fast forward to 2024, credit card balances are at 1.14 trillion. I also want you to pay attention to something real quick. You all can't touch on it, but between 2020 and 2022, you'll see a dip. That's the first quarter of 2021. And that was the lowest that credit card debt was in the last 6 to 7 years, and that was $770 billion. But look how far we have gone as far as credit card debt from that point. That was the first quarter of 2021. And now in the second quarter of 2024, we're at $1.14 trillion. That's not a good look. And if you look over the last 6 to 7 years, you'll see that the credit card debt has basically went wild. And people have the nerve to ask me why I do these videos. But getting further into the article, it reads, credit card delinquency rates are also higher across the board, the New York Fed and TransUnion found. Over the last year, roughly 9.1% of credit card balances transitioned into delinquency, the New York Fed reported. Borrowers with revolving debt, quote unquote, are maxing out their credit cards, said Michelle Rannery, vice president and head of U.S. research and consultant at TransUnion. That's usually a pretty good indicator that people are stretched. It further reads, credit card balances briefly fell in 2020 and early 2021 due to pandemic-related factors, said Ted Roseman, Bankrate senior industry analyst, which included government-supplied stimulus checks and fewer opportunities for spending. It further reads, but since early 2021, credit card balances have rocketed upward 48%, fueled by post-pandemic boom in services spending, as well as high inflation and high interest rates, he said. It further reads, customers have shown a remarkable willingness to splurge on travel and entertainment. A recent report by Bankrate also shows to recapture the experiences they lost during the COVID years. Now, that's something I want to talk about, because there's always this argument on this channel, and people, they come by and they say, hey, you're assuming that people are taking trips and spending money on trips when we're really not. We're really just pressed for money and we're lower middle class and we don't have the money. Well, this article says that's not true. And I always said that there are people, if you go outside and you go out in the real world, there are people who literally go and spend money on trips and shopping and everything else. The article highlights it back to the COVID years, with them wanting to relive the COVID years, but I also related to people wanting to keep up with the Joneses. And this is something that has been going on in society forever, it seems like, ever since I was a child. And I'm sure it was going on before then, where people want to keep up with the Joneses and they want to portray a certain lifestyle or even lead a certain lifestyle that's out of their financial means. And this has been going on for a while. I see it on social media. And yes, social media doesn't help with it at all. But to say that people aren't spending money on leisure and things like that, that would be foolish, because if you go to the airport, people are traveling. If you go to the mall, people are in the mall. If you go out to restaurants, restaurants are packed. People are outside, and they're outside doing shopping. They're outside traveling. They're outside buying clothes. They're outside at the clubs. They're outside partying. They're outside, and they're outside doing things and spending money. So this whole thing with, oh, everyone is lower middle class and they're just spending money on goods and services to get by is not true. And I don't want you all to believe that that's the truth, because it's not. But I'm going to get further into the article. It says the surge in quote unquote revenge spending has now lasted several years, she added. Maybe there is a way to position it that they can check off some of the things that they feel like they missed and get back to normal. It further reads, credit cards are one of the most expensive ways to borrow money. The average credit card charges more than 20%, near an all-time high. It says, with credit card balances at an all-time high and the average credit card rate hovering near record territory, it's more important than ever to pay down this debt as soon as possible, Roseman said. I tell people, like, hey, try to pay down your balances, try to budget. But if you're not in that position where you do have heavy credit card debt, stay out of credit card debt. Yes, you can use your credit card by keeping track and budgeting on your credit card. A lot of people think that you can't budget with a credit card, but you can. You can set a limit on your credit card that you want to spend every month and not spend over that limit. That's why I always say that 10% utilization is a good place to start, because it helps people not overspend past that 10% mark. And it also keeps money in people's pocket. Let's say you have a $5,000 credit card. If you're trying to keep your utilization at 10% or less, that means you're not going to spend more than $500 per month on that credit card. And that works for a lot of people. And for some people that may not work. So maybe they'll go and use their credit card like a debit card. They'll spend and pay it off, spend and pay it off, spend and pay it off. But for those of you who it does work for, I think that's a good method as far as keeping your utilization low, and that'll keep you from overspending on your credit cards. But I just wanted to tell the news, like I stated earlier, the article will be in the description box, but we have to tackle this problem because the credit card debt is only going higher. It's at $1.14 trillion right now. A couple of months ago, I reported on it. It was a little over 1 trillion, and that number is steady going up, and I don't see it dropping anytime soon. But I wanted to make this video to let you all know what's going on. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. Also, this goes to all of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. That's your way of supporting this video. It's also your way of supporting this channel. It lets the algorithm know you support this channel. I love to tell the news and educate my subscribers on what's going on. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I appreciate all of you for watching. And wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right? In the description box below, I always tell people, check out the description box below for extra resources from Water Your Soil. Part of the description box also showcases my book that I have. I have a book. It's been out for a while now. It's been out for years. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. The book is available. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. Most online bookstores have the book. And the book is basically about how FICO credit scoring works. Once you understand how FICO credit scoring works, you're pretty much on your way to helping yourself build, develop, and maintain a good credit score. So check the book out whenever you get a chance.